And we are coming to you tonight from Credit Union One Arena, and welcome in on the campus of the University of Illinois Chicago, the Chicago Public League City Championships. As we start off with the girls game, it's the Whitney Young Dolphins and the Kenwood Broncos, a matchup of these two for the third straight year for the City Championships. And good evening, we'll welcome you courtside. I'm Matt Rodewald. We're glad you're with us here on the Game of the Week. And this is one of the great traditions here in the city of Chicago. The Chicago Public League City Championships. Teams spent 2 weeks and schools spent 2 weeks trying to put themselves in position to play for a city championship. And two teams, Kenwood and Whitney Young, they have done it for the third straight year. And we're looking forward to seeing this great matchup tonight. And it could be a wonderful celebration for Kenwood and the boys and girls side. Kenny McReynolds, my Hall of Fame partner with us. How much fun is this to come back here every year for the city championships?
Well, it's going to be a lot of fun to come back for the city championship, but we'll talk about that after we get to the national anthem.
For the Chicago Public League boys and girls. Features another chapter.
All right, as we tell your players to watch real quick, Destiny Jackson, we know she's going to be a Division I star. What is it about her that you like, just the mentality and the toughness that you see from her?
Well, you can see she's scoring almost 17 points a ball game, 4 assists, and boy, she can really hit the boards, Matt.
And as for Kenwood, Ariella Hannigan, the junior, again, kind of a mirror image, another star in her right, a 3-year starter for the Broncos.
Yeah, 3-year starter. Look at the field goal percentage, 52%. Boy, that's really, really good.
It is an evening of celebration as we get set for the national anthem here, and we'll get to the keys of the game here just momentarily. But first, as we get set for the ceremony of this one, you see everybody lined up, the Schurz High School color guard in place, and our anthem is going to be sung by Juliana Malaya, a student at Walter Payton College Prep.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, to honor America with the singing of the Star Spangled Banner, please welcome Juliana Okaya.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets rattling, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
A wonderful rendition of the national anthem. We will take a timeout. We have the starting lineups in the opening tap of the Chicago City Championship girls basketball here at 2024 as you're watching the Game of the Week on CW26.
Young Dolphins. At guard, a junior. At forward, a junior, number 13, Michaela Jackson. At guard, a junior number 25, Kaya Johnson. And the scoring guard, a junior number 2, Destiny Jackson. The head coach of the Dolphins is Chrissy Harper. And now, introducing the starting lineup for the Kenwood Broncos. At guard, she is a sophomore, number 0, Danielle Brooks. Senior, number 13, Jamia Rufus. The lady in the middle for the Broncos, number 33, she's a senior, Talia Tillman. She's a junior, number 1, Isis Thomas. And the point guard, she's a junior, number 4, Ariella Hennigan.
Ariella Hennigan getting introduced as we welcome you back and we get set for our keys to the game that are brought to you by our friends at SIU. Defense is huge tonight.
Oh, defense is going to be huge. And you know what? Defend the ball, handle it for Whitney Young, transition scoring, and rebound. They should be able to rebound. They have pretty good height advantage against Kenwood.
Let's talk about Whitney Young. When you're talking about what Whitney Young needs to do defending the ball handler, obviously the 2 point guards going back and forth would be fun to watch that matchup.
Oh, it's going to be a lot of fun. For Kenwood, the key to the game, limit the turnovers, foul-free defense. You don't want to put Whitney Young on the free throw line and minimize second chance points.
Tell you the starters of this one, you start with Whitney Young, and you see Destiny Jackson, of course. We talked about her, but Michaela Jackson, who's been awfully good, and Amaya Henderson's got some Division I offers as well, averaging 8 and 7, so 8.7 rebounds. She's a pretty good free throw shooter as well. Someone to watch for in this one. For Kenwood and for Andre Lewis, you saw the starters there. You're going to keep an eye on, of course, Talia Tillman, averaging kind of in the same range of about 8 and 6 in terms of stats. Those secondary stars are going to have to step up in a stage like this.
Oh, no question about it, because you know your big stars are going to come up big, but one person will never beat you.
We are underway for the 2024 Chicago Girls City Championship matchup. It's Whitney Young in the navy blue in their roads. The tournament bracket for CPS Red, pretty much all chalk. These are the top 2 teams. And there's Hennigan with a rebound. Thomas. Switch back, open look to start things off for Rufus.
Was a good shot.
And a foul out there as she tried to work her way in for the rebound.
Well, she knew once she let that shot go that it was off, so she went for the offensive rebound, but just couldn't stop herself with the contact.
And Jemiah Rufus gets called for the first infraction. You see the uniform colors, Kenwood in their home white. This is the third straight matchup between these two in the city championship, but the first matchup between these two all year.
Yeah.
They have not seen each other in a while.
Boy, looking at the rebound in traffic. What a rebound.
Floater. That one too strong. Hennigan. Come the other way.
Oh, look at that hand. Look at that hand.
Pickpocket Jackson. Easy lane with the left hand.
Boy, you talk about getting offense from your defense. You know I love it anytime you can do that. And look at the quick hand by Jackson. That was amazing.
Hennigan back the other way, right to the rack. Got just too much of it, but a foul is going to bail her out of that one. And it looks like free throws coming up.
Yeah, nobody stopped the basketball. She's a little bit out of control.
It's Chrissy Harper, as she said, you know, one of the things that she loves about this is, you know, 115 wins, you know, we talk about defense all the time. And so she talks about how those defensive possessions creates offense, but she's also saying she's never lost the city championship as a player or a coach, and she is not about to do that tonight.
She is not lost.
Took over for Corey Irvin from a couple years ago, who's gone under the college ranks from her coaching standpoint. And it's like nobody missed a beat at Whitney Young. The Dolphins just keep on rolling in terms of getting wins. 14 straight. They're 24-5. Trying to put a final exclamation point on the regular season as they go into IHSA regional play next week.
I talked to Andre Lewis. I said, well, you know, Coach Harper never lost this game. He said, yeah, we saw that. We read that. And it's the fact. But remember, even a broken clock is right twice a day. We feel we can win. I love that. Even a broken clock is right twice a day.
Take the batteries out, you just put them back in. I mean, it's not that hard to fix it, is it?
So the Broncos in the zone here.
See Maya Henderson with the mask on. Jumper from the left side, that's a three. Rufus ends up with it there.
Travel.
And a travel. She tried to gather the possession. She didn't have her balance. Let's send it over to the third member of our broadcast crew. Casey Standahar joins us. Hi, Casey.
Matt, thanks. How you doing? Kenwood guard Ariella Hennigan, who you guys touched on earlier. We know she's an all-around elite guard in the state. She can drive downhill, finishes strong at the rim, and we know she has a great mid-range jumper and a strong voice. She's been known to chit-chat a bit when up against a defender. But what you might not know is that she wasn't always that way. Hennigan said she used to be more of a quiet underclassman. Head coach Andre Lewis said she's really matured this season. She went from a role player on this team to accepting a much larger role. He said, playing point guard for me isn't easy, and she's a coach on the floor. She's able to understand exactly what I want and execute it. Guys, Hennigan really gives this Broncos team the boost they need.
Yeah, Hennigan, you can kind of see when you watch her play, she's got a little quietness to it, but it's more of an authority figure than anybody else.
Right. Boy, look at the Broncos.
Fight the fight in the paint there. Just to put a final point on that, Kenny, you've seen this. You've coached basketball a long time. Yeah. There's something about when an underclassman all of a sudden turns into an upperclassman and the personality just comes out.
Experience. Yeah. There's nothing. You cannot beat experience. And here you can see the Broncos playing volleyball on the backboards here, just dominating the offensive board.
Kenwood yet to score, though, and from the field, 0 for 4. Finally get one inside, and there you go. So there's their first bucket. It's Talia Tillman, the senior.
Good movement without the basketball by Tillman, cutting back door to get the entry pass and the layup.
Tillman's interesting to keep an eye on. 57% from the floor, pretty good inside the paint.
Yeah, well, when you can shoot 57% from the floor, if I'm the point guard, I find it.
Yep.
Give her the basketball.
Point guard usually creates a lot of havoc and you get a lot of easy looks as a result of that. Better finish him. Look at the extended pressure. What do you like about what you're seeing from Kenwood's defense so far?
Well, the defense has been really, really good. Well, we knew it would be.
There's Elena Shields, junior there.
Yeah, Shields like, okay, they had good defense. I'm just going to shoot from the outside. What a screen.
Basically straight man. There's a three ball long way. Rolls around and out for Danielle Brooks. And Kenwood will keep it. Brooks had a hot start in a semi against Hyde Park where she had 10 points in the first quarter for Andre Lewis and Company, his 12th season as Kenwood's head coach, 260 wins. But they finally got over the sectional hump last year. They got to the super section. They rallied against Bennett. And now you can feel the chip on their shoulder of like, we're not done. We have a job to finish. See if they can do it this year.
Well, good movement, cutting towards the basket. Great movement without the basketball by Tillman.
Tillman with the free throws coming up.
Watch Tillman move without the ball. She come right to your screen right here, calling for the basketball, rolling towards the basket, gets the contact, but the key there was the good movement without the basketball.
Shalise Jones, a sophomore, gets called for the infraction. First free throw, no good, and that's the only spot for Tillman in terms of free throws. 18 of 35 coming into this one, about 51%. And you do it on this kind of stage. The other thing, both these teams played here Wednesday night, but it just feels a little different. You're in an open-ended arena. Yes, you get to the state level, but you're not always that familiar with it, and it's just something you got to get used to. As Whitney Young's got no problem hitting threes from the outside, and the shooting background's okay for them.
Yeah, but you would think that these young ladies have been here before on this court for the last couple of years, but like you say, you don't do it every day. Yeah.
So that's a turnover. That's a second one. Whitney Young off to a good start. 9-4 lead, trying to add to it midway through the first quarter of our Girls City Championship. That one is going to be off Whitney Young. Looked like it hit the leg of Shields.
Yeah, Shields jumped for the ball, but she just couldn't control it as it went off of her leg.
Keep an eye on the matchup. Number 4, number 2, right there. That is the one you're going to want to watch. That's 2 Division I point guards going at it.
Great ball handling, huh?
Out to the corner. The 3 ball is good. And that's Rufus, who's taken a couple now. Kenwood badly needing that one. Just their second bucket in the first 4.5 minutes.
Yeah, look at that ball brief defense. Look at that pressure on the basketball. It's double team.
Kenwood's trap out front on the drive. Jackson to the rack, and she'll draw a foul, and she'll have free throws coming up.
Well, we talked about Destiny Jackson, how quick she is, though. You saw it right there. Once she received the basketball, she just took off and went running towards the hoop. Here it is again. Now watch when Jackson gets the ball right there. The handoff right splits the double team, the 2 defenders, and gets to the basket. She is so quick.
At Tillman on skates, she ends up with the foul. First free throw goes down. Jackson, a 76% free throw shooter. Destiny Jackson has shot 168 free throws.
Which means she goes to the basket. She attacks the basket.
You like to see a point guard with that many free throws.
Oh, that's a lot.
Got them both. That's the one you want in your hands down the stretch. Hennigan. Around a screen. Got bumped on the way. No call. And going to be on the floor. What do we got here? Ending up with a foul as a result. They're going to get Shields on that one.
But one thing I think we can say today, the officials are going to let them play. This may be a real physical ball game. Looks like the officials are going to let them play. But as long as it's consistent, you can't complain.
Mylon Moore and Grace Mitchell on the floor. Sophomore and junior for Kenwood. And that one's going to belong to Whitney Young. Rufus got a hand on it. Couldn't hang on to it.
Dolphins basketball.
Here's Jackson.
Boy, how quick is she moving without the ball.
That one blocked, and they're going to keep it. Whitney Young shooting about 50% to start things off.
Boy, the Shields is so quick. She's just so fast. It's hard to keep up with her, so she gets open and get really good looks. That time it was blocked, but she's so quick, it's hard to stay with her.
Well, Jackson had a big night in the semi on Wednesday night, but Shields with 14 points and 11 rebounds, so she's going to mix it up down low as well. That one off the mark to the left. Ball loose. Look at the fight for it. Here's Hennigan. No numbers. Going for it. Spin cycle. Too many steps as a result. Travel.
The extra step. Boy, that looks good in the NBA, but in high school, that's going to be a travel. Nice little spin.
A little tighter leash on that call.
But it looked good. It looked really good.
Jackson isolated. Try to balance the floor. That 3 is too strong. From Kaya Johnson. Hennigan. Look at all that pressure. Rufus will take it. Too strong. Either team really finding a rhythm here to start things off.
Kind of slow start. Kind of a little slow start.
Watch Destiny Jackson walk it up, being very patient here. Grace Mitchell waits for her on the other end.
Let's see if Kenwood attacks the ball handler. We've seen that today. We're going to clear it out down low.
Yep, trying to clear some space there. Got a good look for Shalise Jones. Try going in. Looked like contact. They got a foul. Gabby Damerkamp, the freshman's on the floor for the first time. And she'll have free throws.
Boy, I'd like to be a freshman in this situation. Here it is again. She's only a freshman. Goes, creates off the dribble, gets hit on the arm there, but can you imagine your freshman year in the CPS championship game in a big venue like this? You have to be nervous.
If she only had family members who had played in some big games that could help her through this sort of thing. Henry Damerkamp, of course, her dad. Naperville North Star. Eastern Illinois, where he was pouring in 30 a game, and obviously the head coach of the Windy City Bulls right now. But you talk about a basketball family. Gabby's following in those footsteps and really making an impact for this program early. Got the second one to go. Dolphins with a 13-7 lead. Final 90 of this first quarter here at UIC for the city championships. Got the boys game to follow us. And a turnover. Gets it right back. Left alone, one extra pass, and that three was too strong. Damerkamp the rebound. Brooks had a really good look from that left wing.
You won't get a much better look.
Whistle from the back. Hennigan tried to wrap it around on the poke. Gotta be careful with that, though.
Not a shooting foul.
Keep an eye on the fouls, especially for the star guards should it creep up. Jackson and Hennigan each with one.
Yeah, so far we're okay. Okay.
Both sides are all right.
There you go with that ball pressure. Kenwood, they love to pressure the basketball.
Nice floater. It's a little short. Rebound still loose. There was 3 Broncos within range to grab it. No one could. See how Kenwood manages this here with 35 seconds left.
Boy, you can hear Coach Lewis saying attack.
Hennigan.
Well, my favorite saying, good things happen when you attack the basket. And you heard Coach Lewis saying attack, attack, attack.
We've struggled a little bit from the outside down there, so you're trying to think about how you get some points on the board. Attack. You can't attack the rim every time, so what every coach will tell you. But, you know, when you have a star guard capable like Hennigan, as the junior misses the first, you want to take advantage of that. And that's a rare miss, by the way. 80% free throw shooter for the junior guard here. 23 points in the semi. Missed them both. Hennigan now just 1 bucket. Jackson's with 6.
They're going to pick him up at midcourt.
Jackson kind of a delayed move there. And that one loose on the floor. Finally a jump.
Everybody going to the floor. Well, I'd like to see that. That just goes to show what this game really means to you when everybody goes to the floor. They want that loose ball.
You can feel the sense of urgency, but also you can feel a sense of frustration on both sides. Neither team able to do anything they want in the early going. Hennigan got bumped. Sold it pretty well, too.
She did a really good job, though, by using the screen from Tillman.
0.6. And so 2 free throws coming.
And I'm sure Coach Harper is going to tell a young lady, look, you don't bail somebody out with 0.6 seconds to go.
When you think about it, in the quarter, Hennigan's been getting to the rack, and this is her 5th and 6th free throw already.
Yeah, well, you heard Coach Lewis. Yeah, attack, attack. So that's what she can do. Is she's able to get to the rim.
Got 1 more coming. 4 points and 4 rebounds, and that will end quarter number 1. Good start for Whitney Young. We still got a ball game here. Plenty of Plenty of time, long way to go in this one as we see the Star Guards go back and forth and some other stars stepping up. Shields with the bucket there. The Dolphins with a 13-9 lead as you're watching the game of the week on CW26. Tonight's game is brought to you by ConcreteIL.com. Contact commercial contractors, explore past projects, and find a career. So we welcome you back as we get set for the second quarter. That's the hardware we're playing for here. Looks nice and shiny.
Nice and shiny. One thing you do not want to do is put Whitney Young on the free throw line. They're 4 out of 4 from the line. Kenwood only 2 out of 11 shooting from the field with 3 turnovers.
And you notice what, of course, Chrissy Harper's trying to do is get Destiny Jackson in spots where she can beat off the dribble a little bit there. And it's worked a little bit. That's how they've been able to get to the line. But at some point, someone else has to step up. How do you look for, you know?
What you do, you run your offense and you look for the open person. But now Jackson is the person that can get the ball and get to the hoop, continue that. But remember, you have 4 teammates too, and Jackson also may have to do a good job of also looking for the open teammate. But right now, as long as you're on top of the scoreboard, you really just do what you keep doing what you've been doing.
You saw that long conversation with Shalice Jones, a sophomore, one of those bigs that can be, you know, helpful if just Destiny Jackson gets in trouble. Let's send it over to Casey Standenhart.
I think Kenwood coach Andre Lewis told his team in that last timeout, we've got to go be physical. He said, no one's stealing the ball. We've got to make moves. He pleaded with his team. He said, please, show me that physical side. We can't sit around and wait for it. Go get it.
See kind of the fact that you want to create the physicalness to kind of create dictate the tempo and take control of it. Really, no team has so far.
Well, and we had talked about earlier that the officials seem to be letting them play, so this can turn out to be a very physical ball game.
Officials missed the deflection there from Shields, who tried to get a hand on it. So a benefit for Young here. Both teams struggling from the outside as we've seen a couple of threes. 2 for 9 combined between both Kenwood and Young. And Jackson goes inside, poked away. It's going to stay with Whitney Young.
But Jackson is so quick. She's able to get to that paint with ease because nobody can stay with her with that first step.
There's Jones. Johnson spins away into the lane. And a strong rebound there for the Broncos. Back Hennigan, one-on-one. Tried to step through and couldn't.
Well, she's a little bit out of control because she was in a hurry. What was John Wooden? Be quick, but not in a hurry?
Be quick, but don't hurry. As Jackson speeds her way into the lane, and she'll have more free throws coming up.
Yeah, I mean, she had a path to the basket, but she was in such a hurry, she lost control of the basketball.
Andre Lewis pleading his case for position.
Destiny Jackson in the line for the Dolphins.
Watch Destiny Jackson. All afternoon she's been doing this. Getting right to the paint anytime she wants with that quickness.
Isis Thomas came over, but she was a little late and still moving in progress. And so one more free throw. Get a look at Jackson, who had scholarship offers from Ohio State, Arizona State, and Illinois. That's before she took a single class at Whitney Young High School.
She was a really good 8th grade player.
Yeah, things work out that way. And joy for us as we get another year. Plenty more.
There's a step through again.
Plenty more offers on the table coming for Jackson too. Here she is, speeds away. Too much space.
Oh my goodness.
Right to the rack. And a little bit of block from behind. Maybe a deflection there from Tillman. Hennigan's turn on the other side. Tried to step through and a block foul. It looked like Shields might have gotten there.
Yeah, the official said she didn't get there, but Hennigan with the step through. This is what Kenwood wants to do. You know, Coach Lewis told me they want to go up and down the court. They want to make this a track meet, and this is exactly what they want to do. Now, let's say if she's stationary, it's the toughest call to make. Matt, you're an official. It is so difficult to make that call.
And I think this is the credit to Hennigan and how good of a player she is, recognizing that charge possibility was coming and step through just enough to the left side to avoid that position, essentially telling the defender you didn't create enough of a position. Yeah. And that's how those block calls get called. Got them both. Starting to see bodies on the floor now. And extended pressure now. Little wrinkle from Lewis.
But Whitney Young guards are so good and so quick. They break the press with ease.
Hiya Johnson, beautiful.
Oh,
How about that from 15 feet?
oh, Johnson. What a move.
Hennigan the other way, count that in the foul.
I say that's what Coach Lewis wants to do. Make it a fast, up-tempo game, attack the basket. Now you see Hennigan, she knows the contact is coming. She's strong enough to get the ball up. She's at the line now to try to attempt a three-point play.
No hesitation coming back down to the other end.
None at all. It was off to the races.
For Shields, that's her third foul, and so she's going to have to come out now. And do we have another foul on the free throw? We did.
Wow.
Shalice Jones, I should say. And this is going to be Kenwood's ball after the make. This could be a 6-point possession.
Wow. Oh, they throw it away.
Couldn't quite get to it. Had a good angle there to get it to Tillman.
Boy, it could have been a 6-point possession, and you throw it away on a bounce pass.
You knew the flurry was coming to get this thing a little tighter, and here it is. How will Whitney Young respond? Johnson. And again, you have really good point guards, and it's really on the bigs
To catch the ball.
make sure they're ready for that pass.
Yep.
And we're seeing it on both ends.
Yeah, we have two really good point guards. See, in college, that's a layup.
And there's Hennigan.
Got to space the floor better here. There you go.
Blocked. Back outside. It's Hennigan left alone. She will take it now. Knocks it down. And some intensity on the other way down the floor.
Yeah, that's a college three-point shot there.
That is the first lead, I believe, for Kenwood tonight.
It has been. Now see how they answer on the defensive end. Because you know Whitney Young, they love to attack. But they're going to go back into a zone and make Whitney Young shoot from the outside.
The freshman answers with a three of her own.
Timeout, Whitney Young.
Harper wants to stop it.
Dummer Camp, the freshman.
Well, it's time for our move of the quarter. That's brought to you by our friends at ConcreteIL.com. Hiya Johnson. Whoop.
Whoops. One way, the other way. Whoops. Put your defender on skates. Look at this. Whoa. Put your defender on skates. Comes away with the jumper as Thomas goes on skates. That's a nice move.
That's the move of the quarter brought to you by our friends at ConcreteIL.com. How do you shuffle out of that? And they always say, don't leave your feet. It's really hard when you see that.
It's kind of hard not to there.
How do you want me to stop that? Not sure there's a way to do it.
Yeah, what a ball game right now. Whitney Young answers Dummerkamp with a big three-point shot. Well, how many times have we seen her dad do that?
Long time. I want to say the mid-90s for him, maybe 98 in terms of his high school career. But watch it again.
The backdoor cut. Here she goes. Put it down. Nothing but net. Swish.
It's a 10-4 run, essentially, for Kenwood in this quarter. And Whitney Young really hadn't broken this thing open or anything like that, but just enough of a control. Now you feel the energy from Kenwood. Where do you think it's coming from now?
Well, the energy from Kenwood has been on the defensive end. They've done a great job, I think, making Whitney Young miss some easy shots. They've been doing a great job also on the backboards. That really got Kenwood back into this ball game, was stopping Whitney Young until that three-point shot.
Here's Hennigan. Trying to get to Danielle Brooks. Danielle now in the drive. Blocked away.
Nice block.
Hennigan gets it right back. And big long arms of Amaya Henderson.
Well, the good thing about that block by Henderson, too, she controlled the basketball.
Johnson for three. In and out. Look at all the bodies on the floor everywhere. The hustle is contagious here in this one.
Boy, what a ball game. I mean, everybody's going to the floor.
Broncos basketball.
Well, for all the history buffs out there, and you'll know this used to be the game that would get you to Champaign.
Yes.
Or Normal, which one it would be. But in 2002, they gave up that automatic bid to get more teams downstate. And how would the city championship be affected by it? Well, you're still seeing the intensity. You're still seeing people in the building. This game matters to a lot of people still.
This is the toughest championship to win, because you've seen people that win a state championship that couldn't win this championship. So this game means a lot to a lot of people.
You and I talked to a lot of coaches where they've won a state championship. They're like, yeah, but we didn't win the city.
Win the city. Right.
Bothered them. Nothing bothering Danielle Brooks on the outside, though. Another three goes down. And for Brooks, her first bucket of the night.
Boy, look at this. Boy, Jackson.
Hennigan toughened through to that rebound. Look at that pass. Almost got there.
Couldn't thread the needle.
And she saw that the whole way. Jackson left all alone.
Oh, what a rebound there.
Henderson. And she'll have free throws coming up. Well, the brackets are shaping up, and be the first to see who's got a shot at going to the state championships by watching the IHSA March Madness preview show. It's going to be Saturday, February 24th at 10:30 a.m., but 2 weeks from today on CW26. Also, 5 p.m. Sunday, February 25th, over on the U. Boys brackets were announced yesterday. Girls have been out for a week. For years, you'd have the last 3 weeks where they kind of all, well, they're announced. So what are the last 3 weeks? It allows teams to get more on their resume now, and that makes it a lot more fun.
A lot more fun, because you're working out, you're getting on your resume, you're building up more confidence.
Of course, for these two teams, Kenwood will head over to Riverside Brookfield to face off against Proviso East on Monday. Whitney Young on Tuesday will be in Oak Lawn to take on the winner of Curie and Argo. And then they will chance that they see each other in the sectional final. They're both in the Mother Macaulay sectional. We could have a redo of what we saw last year.
Yeah, Whitney Young is always in the Mother Macaulay section. But coaches won't look ahead.
No.
They are going to say, let's get today done, and we'll worry about that later.
A chance for Whitney Young to have a straight-up road game in the regional title game against Oak Lawn.
Yeah.
You never liked that.
You never liked that.
And that's how neutral sites go these days. Around that time in 2002, we talked about how they gave out the bid, and that's how the AA or /3A, 4A used to have the first 2 rounds at home for the higher seed, and then they started going neutral sites. It made it a little tricky for regionals. Look at that for Jackson, right over the top.
He's not bashful.
No,
she'll take it too.
Now we're going back and forth here, midway through the second quarter of our girls' city championship game. Tillman, now Rufus. Hennigan gets a screen, stops from 15, got knocked down and knocked it down in the foul. How tough is Hennigan?
Oh, how did she get that off?
Alyssa.
I can't believe she got that off and in with this contact. Hit it again. Does a good job using the screen to get the room. And boy, look at the contact. I can't believe she was able to get that off with that contact. Again, use the screen. Look at the contact. Boy, she's hit hard by Jackson, and she gets the three-point play.
That is a monster foul for the Dolphins, by the way. That is Jackson's 3rd foul.
Boy,
and Hennigan has 16 of the 24 points now for Kenwood.
I had to believe no one told Coach Harper that Jackson has 3 fouls.
She's still on the floor, and she's got to be very careful down here.
I would go right at her.
Hennigan goes right by her. Jackson comes out with it. Jackson on the drive.
Don't want an offensive foul. That's travel.
Stumbled and traveled as a result.
She thought about that charge, knowing that she has 3 fouls. I cannot believe she's not coming out.
Well, we'll see here. We've got a timeout on the floor. Andre Lewis took one. Everyone's going to take a deep breath here with 2:17 left in this first half.
Well, I'm telling you, Jackson on that breakaway thought about that 4th foul, and that's why she stopped. Was she going to pull up? She probably thought about, hey, you know what? I got 3 fouls. I may have to pull up. And she traveled. And you know, when you hesitate, Matt, that's when you turn the ball over. You have to just play.
2-point lead. And by the way, if you need a laugh after work, find the fun every weeknight with Cedric the Entertainer on The Neighborhood. He's knocking at your door at 6 and 6:30 right after Judge Judy on CW26. We're knocking on the door of a really good one here as we've gone back and forth. The Broncos looking good. Again, as we mentioned, Hennigan was 16 of the 24 points for the Broncos. That foul down there is key with Jackson with 3 fouls. And we noticed down here a switch, whereas the 2 point guards that were going back and forth, Andre Lewis pulled them off. He pulled Hennigan off. And that's where you started to see some offense goes, and we're starting to see some offense from the outside as well.
Yeah, 3-point shooting is going to be really, really crucial in this ball game. Here you go again. You swing it over there for Whitney Young, for Johnson. And then Kenwood, wide open. She's going to take that 3 and Rufus.
Rufus is a 25% three-point shooter, but when she gets going quick.
Well, I would just attack number 2.
Rufus on the backside for the putback.
I would, you're going to leave Jackson in there with 3 fouls. I can't believe she's staying in there, but I can't believe they're not going to attack her either.
Let's keep an eye on that. There she is.
Now, if I'm defending her, if she drives, I fall.
They've got Hennigan back on her now. Made that switch during the timeout. Hennigan had a hand on that one. Drive on in, step through, won't roll. And the rebound, Tillman. Good fight for the Broncos big.
And so they want to push the ball.
Hennigan lets it fly from long range. Kick out, jumper, 15 feet. Rufus got it to go.
Boy, she got a nice pass. She's standing there by herself on the right side. Great communication.
There's something to say afterwards as well. Spin move, Johnson. Everyone on skates. Here's Jackson with 3 fouls. Final minute, can she get to the half?
Boy, I would get up on her. Okay, they're going to go for the last shot, it looks like.
See if they can. Jackson pulls up from 17. And a foul going the other way. Nealon Leach, the freshman, on the rebound, the loose ball.
Well, at least Jackson didn't pick up the foul. I thought they would go for the last shot because you did not want Jackson to get that foul.
Gonna walk to the other end.
But you're going to walk to the other end and shoot free throws. But at least if you're Whitney Young, you're happy it wasn't Jackson.
And it's going to be Isis Thomas, the junior, 65% free throw shooter. If she knocks them both down, this will be the biggest lead of the night for either team. Got the first. Junior who had 14 points on Wednesday in the semifinal win over Hyde Park. And she's got 2 for the day, and again, the largest lead of the night. Extra pressure. Johnson's gonna let it go. Knocks it down. Kaya Johnson, her second 3 of the evening.
What big shot.
They needed
that was a big shot they needed.
Dolphins set up in a zone.
But if I'm Kenwood, I take the last shot. I'm not in a hurry. I have the lead. At worst, I'm going to have a 5-point lead at halftime.
It'll be the Dolphins with possession to come out of the second half. Brooks, and an offensive foul, and they're going to get Tillman on that screen.
Wow.
It didn't even look like she made contact.
Yeah. But the official, she was certain about it when she blew the whistle.
This is going to be a huge swing for the Dolphins if they can get a bucket here.
Yeah, it could be a tremendous swing.
Here's Jackson, going to go quick. 2 seconds, lets it go from half court. Oh, hit the front of the rim, right on line. Well, Kenwood with 9 points in quarter number 1. Different story in quarter number 2. 30 points with a 30-25 lead. And the star of the night, Ariella Hennigan with 16 points to lead the way. Kenwood with the lead at the break.
Tonight's game is brought to you by SIU. Imagine the possibilities. SIU Carbondale. The halftime score is Kenwood 30, Whitney Young 25. Welcome back in. In January, high school girls came together for the game of basketball in an annual competition, a special showcase. It's called Grow the Game. It's for women by women. And this annual showcase is a chance to highlight equality in sports. It's for girls and women to lead, compete, and come together through the game of basketball.
Welcome to the 4th annual Grow the Game Showcase. This unique and important event highlights 43 girls basketball programs from 4 states, all led by female head coaches and officiated by all female officiating crews.
I started with Grow the Game the inaugural season, so that was 4 years ago. Cara Doyle reached out, and her and Ashley Luke Clanton had this idea, and they said, we'd love to get together with a group of 5 or 6 female coaches and talk about how we can create an event that really celebrates and empowers female coaches, female officials.
Come on, Lacey, come on. Travel. Hey, don't think. Hey, the ball is important.
To me, it's really powerful. It's even powerful for my girls to see that they can be a head coach one day. They can, ref the game. They can spearhead events like this, especially as young girls. It's changing.
Illegal screen. Right one.
It means a great deal just for the growth of our game. This is our opportunity to give back, to be mentors, to teach, and also, to see the game grow.
White 15. Hold. Ball here. Thank you.
Our sport matters. Title IX has done something for us. People care about what we're doing. Girls can walk into a gym and have 10 fans sitting in there, and that could be their norm.
And you even see up in the gym, there's grade schoolers, young grade schoolers, and it's super cool to see them appreciate the sport and them looking up to us and to the coaches and to the refs and to everyone. So I think that's a big part of the event. I think that's what makes it so different.
It's definitely really cool to see all these women in such powerful positions. I remember when I was a sophomore and I first heard about this tournament, I was so impressed by how well it was put on. It was so well organized, and just seeing how much it's grown in the past 3 years is honestly crazy.
In an event like this, that much electricity in the gym and teams just coming right after us, it feels like a boys' showcase, and I think that's really good for the girls. Y'all got to be bigger, more active. On the denies, on Destiny, get up and deny her. When they look at me, I want them to see a leader. I want them to see that they can do what I'm doing.
Let's go.
The coaches, when you go out there and they always looking okay, who's on the crew? They go, oh, we got women, because it makes the girls feel proud. It makes the coaches feel proud. It makes the officials, me as an official, feel proud that I'm honored to lay that foundation.
Seeing more females officiating games is going to impact, I think, the future generations.
Rise up and shine together.
Y'all moving wild. Get to the gap early. You know it's coming.
And this tournament has really showed me that women do a lot of things, have a lot of roles, and also just an increasing amount of power.
They grow up with male AAU coaches. They grow up with male trainers. So for them to have a female voice, to be able to talk to them more nurturing, but also stern, like a mother would talk to their child, I think is just evolving the game. The gaps are too low. No, you're on the three-point line.
Yes. Being able to see that around my life today is just very empowering, and it's very inspiring just to see that there's hope for the sport, and it keeps growing, and it gets more popular every year.
I feel very humbled and fortunate to be a part of this. The relationships that we formed through it are way beyond basketball.
Get in there. You can do it. Okay? You can do it.
You see how many teams are from different states. I see that the teams are coming from even further away because they want to be part of greatness. Who wouldn't?
Usually you have to kind of fight and claw to get in big events. And this was one where you were welcome. They wanted you. You had to be a female to be here, which is special.
The more that we collaborate together and we, uplift each other, it's just going to help the game continue to grow and females continue to have more opportunity in the sport.
really pretty amazing. The Grow the Game initiative, the entire showcase started just 4 years ago with 14 teams. And get this year, over 40 teams competed in that showcase. It's a great event for women and girls' voices as they grow and celebrate the game of basketball. We'll be back with more halftime after this. Back at halftime, the score is Kenwood 30, Whitney Young 25. Well, by day, this teacher is focused on special education, but after school, her focus shifts to being the head coach for the girls at Walter Payton College Prep. It's time for Learning to Win.
Hi, my name is Mia Mastrangeli. I am a special education teacher at Goethe Elementary School, and I'm the girls basketball varsity head coach at Payton College Prep. I think what makes a good head coach is also what makes a good teacher and what makes a good advocate. We're just advocates for these kids no matter what. That I'm their coach for being an athlete, but there's so much more to each of these kids and students than just being an athlete. I think first and foremost, you just have to be able to listen and be an advocate for your students. I love basketball, I love coaching, and I love the team, and I think it's really important that the coach exemplifies the passion for the sport as well so the kids can enjoy it just as much. I think it's both. I think they have done a really good job. I have an incredibly intelligent group of girls that are very self-reflective, very intrinsically motivated to do well. And they do like to sit back after each game and say, you know, what went really well and what didn't go well. And that's should be present in even a loss. You know, you can still find things that were successful and then find what didn't work as well and set goals for the future. So I think we spend a lot of time at Payton setting goals, individual and team goals, and then using those to evaluate, you know, success beyond just a win or loss. I hope they've gotten a lot from myself and my coaching staff. I think one thing that I really hope they come out with is just how proud of themselves they are. I think at high school basketball and in high school in general, they're often their own worst critic. And so I think we spend so much time, you know, advocating for them and celebrating them, but I make sure that they're doing it for themselves as well. And I really, really hope that when they leave this team and go forward in life, that they just know, you know, all of the possibilities that they're capable for and are just, you know, always are able to find something that they're proud of themselves for.
Halftime continues after this short break. You're watching CW 26. Tonight's game is brought to you by ConcreteIL.com. Contact commercial contractors, explore past careers, and find a career. We are back. The halftime score is Kenwood 30, Whitney Young 25, and I'm joined now by CPS Director of College Readiness, Ali Muhammad. Thank you so much for coming on today.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
Tell us more about your role with CPS.
So in this role, I'm a Deputy Chief of the Office of College and Career Success. So this role has 3 offices attached to it: Office of Social Emotional Learning, Office of Student Support and Engagement, and then while we're here tonight, Office of Sports Administration. So we're about a third of a district. There are 3 more offices, chops in my office, and we support a third of the school district in a variety of areas.
Talk about some of those areas that you support. I know there's sports initiatives, there's a CPS mission. How does that all align?
Well, if you think about it, CPS, we want students to be prepared for college and career, post-secondary life, and opportunities for success. So you think about sports, right? Not everybody's going to go to the NBA. Not everybody's going to have a career in sports, but you also get a college scholarship, right? And then careers in sports don't have to be on the floor, behind the scenes, doing what you're doing, interviews. So there's so many opportunities that sports provide for students that this is just a great venue and a great place to be today.
Let's talk about this venue. It's here at UIC. It is big. It feels big. How important is it for this to be showcased on this stage?
It's extremely important. You have all 4 divisions, the lower levels and the highest level, which is tonight, get an opportunity to come and play on the college floor in front of their peers on a venue like this. Some kids never get this opportunity. This is the greatest. This is great. I'm real excited about it.
It is really exciting. It's been great games so far. And you were a former principal, so how did your role as a principal prepare you for this role as deputy chief for CPS?
So I think when you're in the principal seat, you have a direct impact on students, so you directly impact lives every day. In this role, you're supporting the principals, network chiefs that support kids. So it's a broader touch, if you will, a wider reach, and it just feels good to be in a position to help my colleagues do what's best for children. So it's great. I'm loving this job. A year and a half, and I'm in love with it.
That's awesome. Any predictions for the rest of these games?
You know, we have to be unbiased in it, so we just want a great game, and may the winner win. How about
Absolutely.
that?
Ali Muhammad, thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
We'll be back with more halftime after this. You're watching CW 26.
Get set to start the second half of our 2024 Chicago Public League City Championship girls basketball here with the Kenwood Broncos, a 5-point lead here on the Whitney Young Dolphins. Matt Rodewald, Kenny McReynolds, Casey Stanaher with you here. Let's take a look at the highlights that go into it, because Whitney Young was the one that got off to a good start there, had a good 6 or 7 point lead, and they were able to kind of create the tempo a little bit.
Yeah, look at this on defense. Boy, I just love when you can create your offense for your defense. Destiny Jackson with the quick hands.
And from the outside a little bit too, Kira Johnson. Bucket to Kaya Johnson, I should say, off the bench.
And then Kenwood came back.
Yeah, they were able to kind of work from the outside in a little bit, and it was Hennigan that was able to do it. Dahmerkamp, that 3 came off to a big bucket on the other end, and that was a big one for Whitney Young. But they've started to spread things around just a little bit with Danielle Brooks from the outside. Jackson saddled with 3 fouls, but did not come out in the final 2 minutes. Stuck it out, but it's been Hennigan with her toughness on this jumper and a foul.
How did she get that off?
She's got 16 of the 30 points for the Broncos. 5 rebounds as well. And those are your halftime highlights brought to you by our friends over at SIU. As we look at the stats here, and they bring those to you as well. Shooting-wise, pretty similar, but it's the second chance points that jump out at you.
Yeah, the second chance points. You look at that, 12-2. That's too many. And look at the rebounding. We thought that Kenwood would have an advantage with the height. They've out-rebounded by 4.
Chrissy Harper can't be happy with 8 baskets and 8 turnovers, equal, but they will have to play defense to start here. It'll be Kenwood on the defensive side, and what are you looking for from Whitney Young to start things off? Destiny Jackson with 3 fouls. Now we're in the second half. Feels a little different.
Well, and you see, I think you got to go back into his own defense. I don't know if you can play man-to-man. I think you have to play zone because you have to protect Jackson.
They start man, and Tillman, the putback, missed it. A second chance opportunity. And the offensive boards, they've crashed them here in the midway through this one here with 11 offensive rebounds. Keep in mind, Kenwood shot 16 free throws in that first half, 11 to 16.
Yeah, but what do you hear? And we're sitting right by the Kenwood bench, and what do we hear Coach Lewis kept saying? Attack, 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 because he wanted to get to the free throw line.
Here's your star matchup. Jackson lets Hennigan go by, left hand to the rack.
Oh, Destiny Jackson so quick. She may have the quickest first step I've seen in a long time.
Well, Hennigan had a look on her face like someone was supposed to come and help and did not. Now it's Hennigan's turn. Forced it. Speeding the other way, Shields has an open player. It's Jackson. Double clutched it, almost got it to fall, gets it back.
Boy, great offensive rebound by Jackson. Off the double clutch.
Dolphins reset. Johnson, long range again. Hennigan now. Surveys. Now Brooks, straight away 3. Danielle Brooks, the sophomore.
Boy, Brooks, the secondary break, because she was the trailer, took her time coming down court, and nobody picked her up, and they noticed it as she buries the 3.
6-point lead. And Shields speeding away. No one picked her up, and a foul coming up. Shields will go to the free throw line.
Boy, Shields gets into the paint and knows that contact is coming. And that's the thing, when you get into the paint, when you're the defender, you have to stay stationary. Let them come to you, make the contact and foul. Because if you go to that offensive player, you know that whistle is going to blow.
Shields in that semifinal matchup, 14 points and 11 rebounds. I mentioned that earlier. Pretty good free throw shooter as well. Got them both to go. And you get the feeling that Whitney Young is going to have to scrape and claw and scratch their way to kind of make sure they stay in this one.
They're going to have to do it on the defensive as well.
Drive on in. Brooks rolls around and in.
See, look, that was too easy. She goes right through two people, steps right through, and gets the nice, easy floating layup.
That's 2 straight baskets for Brooks. Back the other end, Jackson blocked. And a bump on Johnson, and Hennigan will draw the foul.
Boy, look at frustration on Jackson when she went to the line, but here's it again. Now look, between the legs, little floater, and see, you gotta have to step up. You don't want to foul them, but if you step up and stop the easy dribble penetration, that's too easy. So if Whitney Young is going to get back into this ball game, it's going to have to be on the defensive end.
In the first half, we heard through Casey that Lewis wanted more physicality out there. I think you're seeing that.
Oh, no question. Especially because the officials early set the tone that they were going to let it be played like that. One in on.
It's a bench warning
on Whitney Young.
It looked like a screen that may have been or may have not have been legal. Chrissy Harper did not want that, did not like that. There wasn't a whistle.
Warning on the coach.
And that's something we're starting to see more of, the official bench warnings before we got before we start dishing out technicals.
Oh, wide open.
Backdoor cut. Oh, missed it. Tillman fighting for it. Jackson stripping it away. It's going to stay with Kenwood.
The one thing Tillman has to learn is not to bring the ball down. But look at this backdoor cut right there. Nice diagonal pass, nice backdoor cut. But see now, when Tillman gets the ball, you don't bring it down. When you bring it down, that's where the guards are. Nice inbound bounce pass to Tillman, and the layup and the basket.
Talia Tillman will have a free throw for the three-point play.
But what a nice bounce pass. But we've done a lot of games together, Matt. I'm sure you get tired of me yelling bounce pass, bounce pass, bounce pass. But you saw right there, the only way that ball gets to her is a bounce pass.
They got 10 points in the paint, Kenwood, so far, and part of it is because they've been making the right pass. Kick out, 3-ball on the way. Damerkamp knocks it down. Boy, that's 2 of her threes that have been big answers in this one.
Big answers. I'm sure her dad has taught us that. When we need a basket, to go get it.
Thomas couldn't get that one as it rolls off.
Damerkamp with the rebound.
Dolphins not going away. It was a 9-point lead, and now a chance to get it back to 1 possession. Here's Shields, floats him for 14.
I really like her game because she's quick, she's not afraid, she's the smallest person on the floor, but she certainly plays really tall.
Almost 7 points a game. Hennigan couldn't get the angle. Bang to the floor, slow to get up. She's moving. Jackson all the way to the rack, tried to get the reverse, but lost the handle of it.
Again, be quick, but not in a hurry. Again, she lost the ball because she was in a hurry.
Thomas blocked by Damerkamp.
Boy, Damerkamp is really taking control.
Jackson with it. Pressure, someone's open. Numbers now.
3-on-1.
Johnson alone on the baseline for 3. What a big bucket from the Dolphins. And a timeout by Whitney Young as they've got it all the way back to within 1.
Boy, look at Coach Harper. She's out meeting her girls on mid-court almost, giving high fives.
Full timeout for Whitney Young.
Boy, what a big 3-point shot. Well, you get a 3-on-1 break. So when you get a 3-on-1 break, you pull it up, you see the wide open person, you put it down. Big 3-point for the Dolphins. You look at the bench. We have a ball game, 1-point game.
Damerkamp had a 3. Johnson had a 3. Of course, Johnson is 4 of 8 from 3 so far. She has been vital in this one. She's going to be vital in the postseason as well. Speaking of which, the brackets are up. And you can be the first to see who's got a shot at going to the state championships in normal by watching the IHSA March Madness preview show. It's Saturday, February 24th at 10:30 a.m. on CW26 and 5 p.m. Sunday, February 25th on the U. You can join me for that one. Kenny, you'll be on that one as we talk about the boys, kind of break down where they are at that point in the sectional round. The girls will be looking at the super sectionals, and we're looking forward to going out to Bartlett to see that super sectional here on the game of the week. And the excitement of postseason basketball, this is where it kind of starts in this title game for sure.
It starts here.
And these two, a chance to meet in the sectional round at Mother McCauley in a matter of 2 weeks. We could see this again in 13 days.
Well, that would be special.
Hennigan's got to get going. She had 16 points in the first half. She is scoreless here for the first 4 minutes of this second half.
And that has been another reason why Whitney Young's been able to get into the ball game. And of course, you get Jackson creating off the dribble, and nobody can slow her down.
Hennigan gets whistled for the foul. That's 2 on her. Jackson had an extra step. You can see how quick she is to get right by her, even the best of defenders.
Yep.
So Jackson is back at the free throw line.
Former Mayor Lori Lightfoot sitting behind the Whitney Young bench.
Missed the first one. A couple of subs that go back to Mitchell.
I'm surprised that Kenwood hasn't attacked Jackson with the 3 fouls. Every time I had the ball, I was like, hey, where's number 2? Who's guarding number 2? I would go right at Jackson and try to foul her out.
There's just something about Lewis's offensive set for this Kenwood Bronco team. They're just going to do their natural thing.
Yeah, oh, yeah, I understand.
And it doesn't feel like they don't worry about adjusting to take advantage of things like that. Well, you are right, though. That is a bit of a surprise. And here you see the star point guards match up again. We've had a lot of lead changes. The 4th time they've been tied. There's Mitchell. Hennigan on Jackson. Cleared out.
Offensive foul.
Jackson knew it was coming, and Hennigan now has 3.
Wow. So now both of our stars have 3 fouls.
Kenny, this is just smart defense right here.
Oh, this is great defense right here. Now watch this. Just boom, right there with the arm. The push off, good call.
Block on the other end with Kenwood coming the other way. Here's Hennigan speeding ahead against Judson. To the rim, rolls off.
Look out.
And it's going to stay with Kenwood. Hennigan had 2 quick fouls, by the way, to get to 3, so now they both have 3. Having trouble getting it in. Danielle Brooks on the drive.
Over the back.
Go the other way. We're going to get Moore, the junior. And that is the Broncos' 15th foul?
5, yeah.
4th. So now they'll shoot the rest of the way for quarter number 3. Again, this is the first year of the new rules where you're not dealing with the 1-and-1 anymore. And this is standard women's college basketball rules. So basically 5 and a quarter, you start shooting 2 shots instead of 7.5.
Yeah.
And then you get 1-and-1, and then the double bonus at 10.
Oh, great defense, good anticipation.
Hennigan dribbled it off her own foot, ended up with it. Oh, that's a double dribble. Yeah, she picked it up.
We all double dribble. Yep.
Hennigan doesn't understand. It went off her own foot, and it touched no one else.
Yeah. As soon as she did it, everybody said double dribble. We all yelled double dribble.
As an official, you're sitting there thinking, she's not going to dribble again, is she? Oh, she did. And that's why that call was made so emphatically. Here's Jackson now.
We got a clear out for Jackson.
Hennigan with 3. Jackson takes the 3. Missed everything.
They cleared it out for her to go 1-on-1, I thought. It was certainly a clear out for her to do whatever she wanted to do. And she decided to take the shot.
This is a 9-0 run for Whitney Young. Brooks from way out there. Rebound, the putback Thomas. No. More battling for it, and free throws coming.
Well, it's been a lid on the basket for Kenwood on a 9-0 run, and you can see they've missed a couple of nice, easy chip shots.
In the second half, the second chance points, we're seeing a lot of them here.
Yeah, now here's a missed shot. And look at Kenwood all over the backboard. You missed another one. Then you get it right back to the line. is more. That stopped the 9-0 run. There's former Mayor Lightfoot.
Got the CPL quarter zip on.
Yeah.
Probably not as much pressure for her these days.
Yeah.
Say maybe a couple of years ago.
Well, but the man behind us, Mayor Brandon Johnson, who will be joining us for the boys game, a lot of pressure on him.
Yeah, they're both in the building.
Yeah. Hey, where would you want to be? CPS championship.
Well, we expect to hear from Mayor Johnson here
in
a little while.
Yeah.
Joining us for the
He's
boys telecast.
The boys game. 20 minutes following the conclusion of this game will be the boys championship game between Kenwood and Curie.
Well, it could be quite the night for the Kenwood kids. Boys and girls both playing in the title game.
The boys baseball team won the city title. The boys football team played Rebel. There's Mayor Johnson.
He's more of a traditional sweater look.
There you go.
Notice the neutral colors, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't see any navy blue or orange or red on that one. That's.
Oh yeah, because the phone would be going crazy if you wore another team's color.
It's by design. Those are called. That's why you have people. People help you with that sort of thing.
I don't have any people.
That makes two of us. My people are my two kids who are 8 and 6. Dad, I like that tie. Go with that. Okay, fine. Skylar Noah addressing me. And a timeout from Whitney Young is will be Chrissy Harper taking I believe her third timeout in this one. The Dolphins have a 1-point lead.
Yeah, 30-second timeout. I'm sure she wants to talk defensively. Look, we have to stop them. We're on a 11-1 run now, but they want to continue to keep that going.
It's the focus for us as we started at the outset is all about point guards and how that matchup's gone. Now both have 3, so fouls have crept up, and both have kind of fallen off in terms of their offensive production. So who's going to step up and help alleviate the pressure that we're seeing?
Well, I tell you what, if Kenwood, they have had so many good players. Like Rufus has shown that she can really shoot that three-pointer, and I like Shields on Whitney Young. But again, another youngster who can get to the basket. She has really been attacking the basket, and she has shown with her quickness that she can get there as Johnson can also.
Danielle Brooks with 8 points, couple of threes for her as well. Rufus with 7. We saw 3 early on from her. And Johnson, 4 threes to get her to 11 points. But your leading scorers are your point guards, with Hannigan with 16, Jackson with 14. Final 100 seconds of quarter number 3. It's been a good one here. Both teams have had near double-digit leads in this one. Jackson with the rebound, and she
just flies.
He's ahead all the way to the rim with the left hand.
My goodness.
Destiny Jackson, 16 now.
Man, she turned on the turbocharge.
Hannigan with the answer.
Anything you can do, I can do better.
And maybe negates our entire discussion. Maybe it's these two that are going to take it over. Jackson just gets the Olay right to the rim.
Right to the rim. Nobody can stop her. Now your stars are starting to shine.
Hannigan now. Rather, it's Thomas. Missed it, folded away. Damerkamp the rebound. Guess who?
Oh, nice pass, but nice defense by Hannigan.
Sitting right there waiting for it like a safety. Hannigan bumped on the way up. They will not count that.
In the NBA, that counts, but not in high school. Yeah, the two stars have really decided to take control. But you can't say enough about Jackson. 3 fouls. She picked them up early. She's not playing, timid at all. She's not worried about the fouls. She's taking control of the third quarter.
At some point, you start forgetting about fouls and say,
play.
Forget it, we got to go. And both point guards now with 18 points. Here's Hannigan. Thomas looking inside if they can get it to Tillman. Hannigan on the drive, and free throws coming. Time for our move of the quarter. That's brought to you by our friends at ConcreteIL.com. Well, which point guard do you want to highlight? You can highlight them both.
Highlight them both.
Hannigan with the left hand there. Part of her 18 points. You like the stop and hesitate there?
I love the stop and hesitation there because that will freeze your defender. So you want to make sure your defender is frozen just for a step and you get by it.
When you look at this, just from the eye test, Jackson's a little bit quicker. We can see that,
yes.
but there's something about Hennigan's size and her build that allows her more control and really tougher to guard.
You took the words right out of my mouth. Her body a little bit bigger, a little bit stronger. But they both are outstanding student athletes.
She splits the free throws. Dolphins with a 2-point lead as we wind things down in our third quarter of our Chicago Public League City Championship matchup for 2024. They're gonna hold for one. Jackson with the left, stops from 15. Final look, can Hennigan get it off? She did, and it hits the backboard. It would have counted. And we head down to the fourth quarter. A good one here at Credit Union 1 Arena here on the campus of UIC. Who will be your city champion? Find out when we come back for the fourth quarter as you're watching the Game of the Week on CW26. Tonight's presentation of the Chicago Public League Championships is brought to you by SIU. Imagine the possibilities, SIU Carbondale. Beautiful night here in the Windy City. A Whitney Young lead by 2 as we've gone back and forth and back and forth. In this one, it's been outstanding for our girls' city championship. The boys coming up next between Curry and Kenwood. Matt Rodewald, Kenny McReynolds with you here. You look at the numbers in this one, what stands out to you so far?
Well, in the third quarter, Whitney Young shot a lot better. They shot 6 out of 13, while Kenwood was only 4 out of 18. Whitney Young 2 out of 4 from the three-point line. Kenwood only took three three-pointers, made 1. Free throws, 5 out of 6 for Whitney Young. They got to the line. Turnovers, just 2 apiece. For the point guards that really controlled the game. Not a lot of turnovers, but I really think whoever plays the best defense is going to win this game. Not so much offense. I think it's going to be a defensive battle.
It'll be Whitney Young to start his here in the fourth quarter, and the energy is palpable in the building. Yes, some are here for the boys' title game, but Kenwood's got a hand in both here, and you can feel it as the Kenwood folks have come out in droves.
Oh yeah, the lower bowl is just about full.
Pretty much full here. At least a good 4,000 or 5,000 in the building right now. Here's Jackson. Nice dish. And finish.
Oh, what a great job of the dribble penetration, drawing the defense towards her and seeing the open man for the easy layup.
Shalise Jones with the bucket and a foul on the other end. Keep an eye on the fouls at this point in terms of team fouls. They reset for the fourth, but how quickly will those creep up? It's been physical.
Yeah.
Do the officials want to get a little more control of this?
I say you want the officials to keep the way they've been doing because you want the consistency. You want the consistency.
To the corner. Thomas open in the corner for 3. Too strong. Jackson comes away with it, trying to force the break, and the nice dish, and the layup won't go.
Oh, boy, she did everything she was supposed to do.
That was a beautiful look for Michaela Jackson, and she's frustrated. Watch it again.
Well, here it is again now. Right to your living room. What, the dish, she never had control of the basketball. She never had the control, but you're going to get the over-the-back foul right there.
It's never good when you combine the missed bucket, then the foul right after.
Yeah.
You know, it never feels good, whether you're out there or if you're a coach as well.
And you never want to reach over. That will be an automatic whistle.
Oh, look at that, Destiny Jackson! Crafty and creative.
Oh, my. Well, here's the other star on the other end.
Hennigan missed it. Whitney Young with a 6-point lead, and suddenly feeling in control. Domacat puts it on the floor from 16.
Boy, look at the sophomore with the rebound.
And a 3-point play opportunity. Michaela Jackson had a look at it, but Shalise Jones with the finish.
Boy, Jones, the sophomore, has really came into the ball game in the last couple of minutes. You can really say she has really made a name for herself. Here's she going to go right now for the rebound, puts it up. It has been the freshman and the sophomore that have really been doing a good job so far for Whitney Young.
Timeout on the floor. Kenwood feeling the momentum going the other way, and it's an 8-point lead for Whitney Young. Let's check in with Casey.
Guys, in the break, Broncos head coach Andre Lewis expressed the importance of second chance opportunities and avoiding empty possessions in this fourth quarter. He told his team this game is all about stops, and we have to get those. Box out, retake shots when we miss, drive the ball to the basket, and get a layup if you miss that first shot.
And that second chance opportunity right there is what led to the free throw that's coming up out of the timeout. What is this timeout like if you're Kenwood and Andre Lewis?
You know what I'm going to tell them? Look, first of all, guys, we got to play some defense. We have to stop them. We have to stop them from getting easy second chance points. Number two, okay, we have to be aggressive with the basketball on the offensive end. If we're going to go to the basket, be strong with the ball, be really, really strong with the ball, go with authority. Don't just be soft with it and lose it on the way up. But the defensive end, we got to stop them, because they are getting way too many easy shots.
Jackson's getting a lot of real estate to work with as she's driving down the lane, and it's just opening up a ton of opportunities.
Yeah, well, you have to stay in front of her. Somebody had to stay in front of her and stay in front and stop and maybe take a charge.
And so back to action. Free throw here for Jones. Got it. And a 9-point lead, which is the largest of the night, I believe, for Whitney Young, thanks to a 7-0 start to this fourth quarter. Hennigan tripped up over her own teammate. This is a big possession right here.
Yeah, you better find Hennigan, because she's been the one that's been so dominant tonight.
Rufus couldn't hang on to it. And a turnover.
Well, you know, she tried to make a move without the basketball. You had to catch the ball first, then make your move.
Broncos would bring Isis Thomas back into this one. So far, the Broncos bench has only gone 7 deep. And you start to feel it with a rotation that's only 7 deep. And if you got to press like they are going to have to here at this point,
you better be in shape.
Better be in good shape. Extended pressure. Now you start to see how they're reacting a little bit to Jackson out front. Damerkant to the baseline. And they're going to say she's out of bounds.
Yeah, she ran out of real estate. One thing you have to do, and it's so much easier said than done, is you have to know where you're on the court at all times.
So a break. Kenwood had some threes in that third quarter, and they've gone cold from the outside, or at least the opportunities have disappeared. Brooks will try and fire up the three-point machine again.
Well, good job of Brooks by using the screen at the top of the key, coming around and getting an open shot.
Hennigan nearly with the steal. She's got to recover. Johnson on the drive. Floater from 14. That goes.
What a nice job he's doing using the floaters. Whitney Young does that very well.
She's done that a few times tonight. Good screen out front. Brooks again from long range. Yes! Brooks with 6 threes. Her 4th. Or rather, Kenwood, I should say, with 6 threes. Nice dish. Kick out. This is the moment for Kenwood if they can get a stop.
They crowd into it now.
Jackson in the lane. They don't have to, again, no shot clock. Take your pick in terms of shot selection at this point. Jackson backs it all the way out with Thomas. No count.
No count.
Now you're getting it.
Boy, how can I get a count here?
That looks like 6 feet to me.
It's like 2 feet to me.
Will Andre Lewis bring up an extra defender at this point?
Well, she should reach her hand out.
Jackson gives it up. Johnson. This is the toughest part to execute. Look at the patience from the Dolphins, and then a foul. It's going to be Thomas. They ran off a good minute.
Yeah. It's too early to start the foul right now, intentionally. You just have to play good, solid defense. But what you need to do is put your hand out to get the count started.
Thomas with 3 now. That is the team's 3rd. Keep that in mind. So they have one more foul to give if it gets to that point. And I know we're talking about it with 4:21 to go. They go in the backcourt. Damerkant. Going to take your time getting it across the timeline. Johnson with Hennigan on her. Johnson goes right by. At what point do you send a second defender there?
Too soon now. You want to hope that they make a mistake.
It's a 5-point lead.
Well, look how quick she is, but she's not looking to score.
Oh.
She didn't even look at the basket. She didn't look at the basket.
And there's a foul right there, so that's the last one to give. And that was another good 40 seconds run off. Time for a move of the quarter that's sponsored by our friends at ConcreteIL.com.
Whoop, right back to the start of the game today.
It's the old Scottie Pippen inbounds play.
Yeah, boy, I tell you what, I'm surprised we don't see more of that.
The key to that is making sure when you hit the ball, but when you hit the ball off the back of the defender, you've got to get 2 feet in bounds and then catch it. That was as well executed as it possibly could have been.
And this stall has been well executed.
They've run off 2 minutes and change. Shields now. Roof is coming up, and they foul him. So at this point, possessions are at a premium. Andre Lewis calling for the foul.
Yep. Calling for the foul because he needs to get the basketball back. You can't win the game without the ball.
Ariella Hennigan with 16 points in that first half for Kenwood. She's got 3 here in the second half. First free throw is good for Shields. She's got 8 on the night, and it's a 7-point lead. How efficient can Kenwood be? Brooks, long one. Oh my goodness. From 30 feet.
Wow.
From the logo.
Wow. Well, you talk about the NBA range? That was NBA range.
You cannot guard that.
Oh, no way. You can't guard it. You can't stop it either. Unbelievable. But now what Kenwood has to do, they need a defensive stop. You need to get the basketball back. You cannot let Whitney Young get easy basket. But now, will Whitney Young go back to the delay game? When you go into your delay game this early, what it does, it gets you out of your offensive rhythm, though. That's the gamble
That's the
that
danger.
you take.
Yep.
Yes.
Danielle Brooks has 14 points here in this second half, and at least 3 threes for Danielle Brooks here in this half. On the night, she's 5 of 8. So, and that one was good 30 feet. Now, 4-point lead, pressure coming here.
Yeah, oh yeah, pressure's gonna come. You want to try to get a steal, but don't foul, especially in the backcourt.
Whitney Young ran off 2 minutes of clock, stalling and circling around. And will they keep doing it, or do they go back to their offensive set?
Well, I think you go to your offensive set.
Jackson with Mitchell on her.
Jackson is who you want with the ball.
And a bump. That means free throws.
It stops the clock. So you'll get the ball back, but you put a pretty good free throw shooter on the line.
Whitney Young got to the line 8 times in the first half. That is definitely slanted in their favor here in the second half. Jackson gets the first. And for Jackson, she's got 21 on the night for Chrissy Harper's squad. This one to get it to 6. Got them both. 22 tonight. Can Kenwood continue to do the 3 versus 2 game here, hitting threes?
They need it.
Hennigan lost it. Came up with it. No dribble now. Here's Brooks, who's on fire. Look at Johnson right there. Brooks, go to work. Floater. Free throws coming. She got bumped by Johnson.
Yeah, but one good thing she did was attack the basket to make sure that that whistle blows and the clock stops.
That is just the second team foul on the Dolphins. So they can be a little more aggressive without putting them at the free throw line, but that's a shooting foul. Brooks, a 69% free throw shooter coming in. Got the first one. If she can make the second one and allow them to set up their full court pressure. Short. They stay with it, and a foul on the back end of it. And we're going to go to the other end. And for Hennigan, that is her fourth. So keep that in mind.
Well, yeah, but at this point, you have to just put that out of your mind and just go play. They can't take her out.
And this is going to be one of those, if you're, again, we'll see how crafty this coaching staff at Kenwood is. Can you spare some possessions on the defensive end through free throws to get her off the floor, or you just gamble and go with it the rest of the way here?
I think maybe gamble.
You might have to.
Yeah.
Missed the first. The lead stays at 5.
Free throws are so crucial.
Again, coming up top of the hour, we're going to have our boys city championship matchup. It'll be Curie and Kenwood.
We'll be joined by the mayor, Brandon Johnson.
Second free throw is good. It is a 6-point lead for Whitney Young. Here's Hennigan. Downhill to the rim and a foul. So we're stalling and running some clock, and we hit a wall on both ends of the floor. As this turns into a chess match, trying to get to the free throw line. Some offense-defense subs. We see Mitchell and Rufus trade spots again. What are you looking forward to most in the boys' game tonight?
Kenwood has so much height and talent, and watching Curie play the other night reminded me of watching Simeon playing Simeon. You know, fundamentals, backdoor cut, bounce passes. It's going to be a really good game.
Jackson did not get both feet over when she caught that pass. That should have been an over and back, and a foul there. Whitney Young got bailed out right there.
Yeah, I don't think the officials were looking at the line.
So Shields goes back to the line after the foul. The free throw numbers are creeping up big time. I would venture to guess that both teams have shot at least 20 free throws so far. Rolls the second one in. Again, a 6-point lead and a timeout from Young.
Yeah, I think he wants to set up her defense. Take this timeout to set your defense. And of course, coming up after this game is the boys championship. We were just talking about it. Kenwood and Curie will be joined by Mayor Brandon Johnson. So don't go anywhere. We have an exciting finish to this one, and our boys championship game to follow should be just as exciting.
We've seen Curie on this stage, and we started to see Kenwood on a more consistent basis. And that's a program with just a tad bit of attitude, and that is welcome in this environment. It's one of those wonderful things where you're like, they've got something to say for Kenwood.
Yeah, they have
Kenwood
something
Academy.
to say, yes.
Not going to back down, and we've seen this girls, both these girls teams say, no, we're not backing down either. And well, Kenwood finally breaking through, getting a sectional title last year. And the
Mike Irvin team would never back down.
No. Never. Go ahead and write that down. Yep. Here's Hennigan. She'll try the three. Got it to go. Cuts it to 3. Full court pressure. Someone got lost. Shields with it now. They don't need to foul, but they definitely need to stay up tight. And there is the foul. And that is Hennigan. And that is her 5th.
Boy, the crowd does not like that one.
She got her on the arm. It wasn't much. And that changes the complexion of this one big time.
Let's see if we have a better angle here.
Showed you the 3 there to get it to within 3.
Oh, her 3, yeah.
She fouls out now with 24 points, 7 rebounds. Both teams now have shot at least 19 free throws. I'm sorry, 23 free throws. Kenwood 17 of 25, and Young now 19 of 23. Make that 20 of 24.
Yeah, but see, and Hennigan, she's only a junior, but you know, when you get 4 fouls like that, you can't even gamble. Even if you just put your hand up and you can't go out after her. Although, if there was contact, it was minimal, as you said, but you don't put yourself in that situation with 4 fouls.
Well, it falls on the sophomore, Danielle Brooks, who's got a big night going with 18 points. Rufus from the corner for 3. That's too strong. And the rebound, and Johnson, they're coming after her. She picked it up in a steal. Here's Brooks, 2-on-1. Missed it. She couldn't quite get her feet underneath her in a foul on the other end. She just couldn't get her balance right to get enough on that.
Yeah, and she's down. Is she hurt?
Rufus is down.
Yeah, Rufus is down. Is she okay?
She's up. Jammed her finger, I think. You see her holding her right arm.
Boy, look at Destiny Jackson. She's already at the free throw line. She's ready to go. Here's it again now. Yeah, she just could not get it together there, Brooks. She was a little tangled up, loose ball. Then you're going to have Rufus going to the floor. But Jackson at the line now.
That was Kaya Johnson that came flying through, that really took that space away in which Brooks could not step through and try the layup. What a big swing, but a missed free throw keeps the door open with 1:19 to go.
Steal time.
Kenwood with 2 timeouts left. Got the second. Jackson now with 25 points tonight. Here's Brooks. A little extra pressure. One man open. 3 ball from Mitchell. Yes! Timeout. It is back to within 3.
Well, big 3-pointer there by Mitchell, and a quick timeout there, and a good timeout there by Andre Lewis now to set up his defense. And you tell your ladies, hey, look, we had to get a steal now. We're still back in this ball game. Here it is again. This is a big 3 that you had to have. You double team. You look for the open man. You swing the ball to the weak side, and you get the 3. Here it is again. See, when you double team, you look at weak side. 1 pass, 2 tap passes. She's wide open. We have a 3-point game. The quick timeout now to set your defense. And I'm sure Coach Lewis is saying, look, we have to get a steal. Let's get a steal.
Mitchell comes in as a 34% 3-point shooter, so she is definitely a threat on the floor. And they found a credit Kenwood for doing it right. They saw that trap going and moved it to the right player.
You move to your weak side when you see that trap coming. But now, Whitney Young, you better get your best free throw shooters in the ball game right now, because you know Kenwood is going to have to foul to stop the ball, to stop the clock.
Coaches are paid, so to speak, across the game. It's not a lot of money, but at this level. But how creative are you on inbounding the ball in these situations? The most important thing is getting the ball inbounds.
Getting the ball inbounds. So I think you practice these situations in practice all day. So you don't get too creative. Be simple and get the ball in. That's the most important thing about Whitney Young, is to get the ball inbounds and then be strong and hold the ball.
It is going to be on the end line, and Whitney Young will be able to move. This is going to be man pressure.
If you get this ball, be strong with it. You do not want or need a turnover, and they're not going to guard the inbounder.
Jackson is inbounding the ball. And she stepped on the line.
She could move, but she stepped on the baseline.
Oh, my goodness.
I don't think I've ever seen that before. I don't know if I've ever seen that before.
Jackson looked casual, almost too casual.
Yeah, she was able to move because of the made basket.
A 3 can tie it. Poked away, and it's going to stay with Kenwood.
Right. You don't have to have a 3 right now. A 3 would tie it, but if you have a bounce pass and get a layup for a 2, you take it.
Rufus. Here's Mitchell. Brooks nearly bumped. 1 minute mark. Brooks left alone. 3 to tie. Rebound, Kenwood. Where's the foul?
Boy, everybody's on the floor. There's bodies everywhere.
It's going to be on Jackson.
So that's 4.
And it was on the catch, which means it's, and I think that might be foul number 5 either way. On the, we're going to say that's the 4th team foul. What a finish. Tillman looking for help. Here's Thomas. Stolen away. Johnson all by herself. Foot race. Kaya Johnson missed the layup. And Kenwood with it. Here's Rufus. And a steal. And a late foul on the baseline. And we're going to go to the other end.
Wow. Foul on the baseline.
Here is the entire... Take a deep breath.
You know what?
Watch it all again.
Here it is again. Now, you missed the layup. Battle for the ball. Whitney Young had it, but she bounces it back to Rufus, who tries to thread the needle. Jackson gets it, throws it back. I didn't see the foul.
We all turned our head.
Yeah.
And now the officials are talking about it. What kind of foul was it?
Yeah. Well, was it a foul? The key thing is for the officials to get it right. This is what they're supposed to do, is get together.
They're going to say it's a common foul. They were discussing whether it was a play.
Common foul?
Because we were thinking about potentially upgrading to a intentional foul. The foul on the floor stands as a common foul on 13 Kenwood.
Okay, so common foul, 13 Kenwood. They got together to see if it was an intentional foul, and they say it was not.
That was a very good discussion.
Yeah.
They clearly had.
Yep. They did it right. You know what? It's a difficult job to be an official, but 99.9% of the time, they get it right.
You saw Rufus on the bench. That is her 5th, so she's done. I feel like we have a long way to go with 37 seconds left. Destiny Jackson. 4-point lead.
25 for Jackson. 5 rebounds, 5 assists.
.27 night in the city title game. And it's a 5-point lead for Whitney Young. Kenwood has got to move, and they've got to be efficient. It's going to be on the heels of Danielle Brooks. Missed it. Mitchell with the rebound. Oh, I think they're going to get a jump ball out of it. They did. And Shields have got her hand in there. It's going to stay with Kenwood, though.
Good play by Shields. She just put her hand right on the basketball. Hit it again and watch Shields.
He was right there for her.
Right there, just put her hand on the ball, tie it up. Good play.
We get it to Tillman. Thomas looking for some help. Floats it from 10. Nope. Dolphins come away with it with 10 seconds. Johnson trying to put it away. And that will do it. Whitney Young survives. 3 for 3, and they win it again. The Dolphins are the champions of the city of Chicago. You see the 3 fingers wagging. 3 in a row for the Dolphins, and they've done it 3 straight times against these Kenwood Broncos.
And Coach Harper still has not lost this game. Twice as a player, 3 straight times as a coach.
An absolutely wild 4th quarter, and as entertaining as it gets at this stage of the game.
This is what high school sports is all about.
Whitney Young was able to get to the free throw line 29 times in this one, and it's all because of Destiny Jackson, 27 points. She had 18 points in the second half in an outstanding effort. And you see the Dolphins celebrate.
3 in a row. A lot to celebrate.
Take a look at our players of the game, brought to you by our friends at SIU Carbondale. Destiny Jackson started off with some steals early, and then she was able to end it at the free throw line. She is as valuable as it gets for the Dolphins.
They don't get much better than that. 27 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. She is so quick. She is just lightning quick.
Oozing confidence all the way through, doing it on the defensive end. And Ariella Hannigan, look at her. We're going to call her player of the game as well. 24 points, 7 rebounds. She was able to get to the free throw line a lot. but she fouled out midway through that fourth quarter.
And that hurt.
And it definitely hurt. Danielle Brooks with an admirable effort down the stretch. She had a couple of buckets to get this thing within a one-possession game, but not close enough. Our final score, 65-60. Whitney Young wins it again. They go to 25-5. And it will be, what a great start to our varsity doubleheader for the city championships with the girls finish. Our boys game is coming up as well. It'll be Curie and the Condors taking on the Kenwood Broncos. As you see Mayor Johnson handing out the medals. And the long looks for the Kenwood Broncos. They're going to be a dangerous team in the postseason.
Yeah, because this team showed today that they can really, really play, and they have a superstar.
We got a boys title game to talk about coming up here. It's the city championships between Kenwood and Curie. We'll have that coming up. A good one with Whitney Young, a winner for the third straight year for the Girls City Championship. You're watching the Game of the Week on CW 26.